Welcome to the source. The source. Source. Hey, get the source.
Yo, what's up? Just inviting everybody. What happened was I told on the videos last night, I was like, oh, we're starting at 4 p.m. We're starting at 4 p.m. And then I forgot that I had scheduled it 15 minutes early. So my whole day I was ready for 4 p.m. And then like 10 minutes ago, I was like, oh, shit, I said 3:45. So that's what threw me off. Working on some cool stuff. Wait till you guys see. I'll show you a clip later, but it's cool. Toast, prop Beaver, and then Modi and crispy Cappin. Crispy Cappin, crispy. There he is. And Matt Modi. All right, I'm back. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Someone said they love the betting battle idea. I'm so excited about that. So not only that, that's going to be so fun. And I'm glad it's starting now. I'm glad I'm starting it now because I want it to be running smoothly for football season because I plan on doing some really cool competitions, some head-to-head competitions. Because I think that's why people like our Discord is the camaraderie, like betting, you're betting on this team and then this guy's on the other team and it's somebody you talk shit to all the time. Like there's an aspect to that people really like. So I think this encapsulates some of that, like seeing who you drew and who you're playing. Yeah, you get extra points for winning a dog. It goes by earnings. So you get 3 picks. Testing audio. Yep, good. So you get 3 picks. Each pick is 1 unit bet. So no matter what you pick, it's a 1 unit bet. So yeah, you get, if you pick a dog at plus 290 and hit, that's plus 2.9 units, and you're probably going to win that week. Sorry, my audio is a little off. Testing. That looks about right. Hairston, I sent you a link to the Discord 100 times. You never joined the shit, man. I've invited you so many times. Kyle, did you stop betting every single game? I never bet every single game. I'd say I dialed it back a little bit, but I definitely would still consider myself volume. Yeah, I'm really. That's so that starts on Monday, and for those of you that don't know, if there's 5 days that is the regular season, it's a new winner every week. And I got these plaques. Oh my god, let me show you the plaques. So hold on. I sent a picture of him in the Discord. Let me just go find it. Okay, here it is. Yo, these are awesome. All right, so I'm going to mail this to the winner every week. So you get $100 and you get this. So obviously the thing on the right, it'll say there and a baseball on it. And there'll be a football one for football. Yo, it's awesome. I'm so fired up about it. Not sure where Chris is, by the way. I'm going to need one of those plaques. You got to win, bro. I'm not just giving them out. You got to win. No nerfies. It's either your options for the competition, money line, run line, total, or first 5 money line, run line total. That's it. You're limited to that. So it's money line, run line total, or first 5 money line, run line total. Oh, and if a member of the Sauce Network staff wins, I'll donate the $100 to a nonprofit or something. That's what we decided. So if like Scoop wins, the money gets donated to. We'll decide on. Maybe I should reach out to one, but I don't think any of those organizations want to partner with like a gambling. I don't think they want to be associated. So I'll pick one to send it to. Who can participate? Anyone in the Discord. It's free to enter for people that subscribe to Sauce Network Plus. So obviously Sauce Network Plus is $30 a month. But if you're a member, then it's free to enter every week. I'll send out the registry. I'll send out a form or something where you just like fill out your name if you want in. And I'll send it out on Sunday night. And then I'll cut it off at like noon Monday. So you'll have like 16 hours to let me know if you want in that week. Oh, I sent it, Chris. I sent you the link, bro. Right here. I sent it. I'm looking at it. Crispy Cappin. Am I bugging? Yeah, this is you. I sent it 5 minutes ago. For sure, man. Glad you like it. Chris still need a minute to get high. I don't think Chris gets high, man. I'm pretty sure. I don't think Chris gets high. Yeah. Chris be vaping. I am bringing Silverback back on. Oh, is that Silverback right there? Yeah, I'm bringing him back on. Maybe this next weekend or something. We'll see. I'll get him back on. There he is. There we go. Chris is with us. Chris? Can you hear me? I guess he can't hear me. Can you hear me, dude? What are you laughing at, bro? Can you hear me? Hello? Chris be silent, he's saying. Hello? He must not be able to, can you guys I wonder if he just can't see. Let's try this. Let's try this kind of communication.
Okay, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh, you can't. I can hear you.
Cal, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you at first. No, I don't vape. No, I don't smoke. No, I did not see the link.
All right. So we're going to have to play a game of Speed WNBA.
Let's do it.
So we
It's
got
only 3 games anyway.
Yeah, there's only 3 games. First one's Mystic Suns. Go.
All right. Mystic Suns. All right. So big thing in this game. No Brittany Sykes. No Shakira Austin. I know the Sun don't typically cover, but I'm not taking the points. You got an 8-0 team versus an 0-8 team. One of them haven't really been covering. That's just the one that happened to be laying at 13. I'm not looking towards taking the points. The opposite side though, I'm not looking to take the points with Washington. No Shakira Austin and no
Sykes.
No Sykes, no Brittany Sykes. Yeah, I'm not looking to take the points here. I think eventually as the game goes on, Connecticut will probably end up winning this game by 15 plus. So that's the only way I'd be looking. I also be looking towards the under. Washington's the worst offensive team in the league, and their team total is nasty. It's like 67.5 right now. They might not get to 55 points in this game because Connecticut plays at the slowest pace. So I will be looking towards under, and I will be looking towards the Sun. I didn't bet either one of them for full transparency. Just an ugly game.
Sun or pass, under or pass. Next.
Yes. Next, we have which game you got up next,
Liberty Sky.
So Liberty Sky, double revenge rematch for the Liberty on the road. The Liberty have been a really good road team. Chicago just beat them outright. They were 16-point road favorites and won that game by 9 points against the Liberty. I think it was like a week and a half ago now, and they also smoked them in the preseason, beat them by 40. So I think the Liberty have this one circled. I know they're coming off a big win against the Fever. They absolutely beat the Fever by like 35 points the other day. On the opposite side, you got Chicago. They got some dogs, but I think the Liberty, long as they're making their shots, I think they're going to win this game. I chose to play them first half because as we always talk about, first quarter, first half has been absolutely golden. We talked about that on Sunday. It was a winner. That first quarter team total over. I bet first half on the spread, though. You can get some fours out there, 4.5s. Line movement is moving up, and I would agree with it going up. I don't know if the Liberty going to cover the full game, but I do think that they come out here, set the tone early for a team that's already beat them on their home court. Last year, this Liberty team was excellent in revenge spots, and they pretty much got the same roster. So Chicago could cover full game, but I'll bet my money more specifically on Liberty come out and establish themselves early. So I bet Liberty first half here.
Liberty
also
first
lean
half.
Towards the under.
And another lean towards the under. So Liberty first half -4. And a lean towards the under, which I don't have up there. So a lean towards the under.
I didn't bet the under anyway, but I would lean more towards under than over.
Got it. Last game. Mercury. Nope. Mercury or
and
pass.
Your favorite team.
Mercury or pass.
Absolutely not, Kyle. We're going Seattle here. Laying the 7.5. I think it is up to 8 on most books. For Phoenix, they're coming off a big win against probably the worst team in the WNBA, second worst team, the LA Sparks. And this Seattle team, don't look down, Kyle. Ever since you didn't bet them, they just continue to cash. So please don't bet them tonight because I already bet the 7.
I'm not betting that trash-ass team.
Yeah, there you go.
Shot.
Please stay off of them because they've won 5 in a row. They continue to cover. All of their wins have been by 9 points or more in their last 3 games. And they're super rested here. Seattle is coming in. They haven't played a game since Thursday, whereas the Mercury, this is their 5th game in 8 nights. They all had to travel. They went on a 3-game road trip. They come home for 1 game, and then they got to go back on the road. So super flat spot, team that just want to shoot a bunch of threes. I think Seattle's going to lock them down from the perimeter. They don't have Brittany Griner. They don't have Rebecca Allen. So I will comfortably think that Seattle wins this game by double digits. I'll lay the 7. I already laid the 7.5, but I like it at 8 too.
We don't need Rebecca Allen. We don't need the other.
Brittany Griner. Yeah, you
we don't
Shaq
need him.
down there. Yeah.
It doesn't take much to cover a big number against a team like the Storm.
Oh, absolutely. All they win is going to be by double digits here moving forward because they're and it's also the team that Skylar Diggins used to play for. They did her dirty, locked her out of the training facilities last year. It's a lot of narrative that goes into this one. Also, Phoenix team total under. I think it was 81.5. I think it's down to 80.5. They're not scoring. If they're not making threes, they probably won't score 75 points. So I'll take team total under as well. I did bet that one also.
Phoenix team total under. Got it.
Phoenix team total under. Yep.
That was some speed WNBA. Chris, thanks for joining. Make sure you guys give him a follow. He has a show every single day, early morning. So make sure you guys show him some support. Chris, we'll talk later,
Appreciate
man.
You. Absolutely. Best of luck tonight to the community. And I see my guy Moda and Beaver in here too. Best of luck to y'all on the MLB on the Diamond.
We're going to do our best.
Let's do it.
Prop Beaver, how's your day?
Love it. Love it.
I've never seen Prop Beaver without a hat on.
Oh, he's flexing his haircut all week. He's been flexing that haircut.
Good for him.
Why are you breathing into the mic, dude?
I'm frustrated today. That is why.
Mic check 1 2.
Yep, I hear you.
Yep.
All right. Let's go Rays, Marlins, plus 105, over 7.5, under 7.5. So I put out a video last night on this game. So you guys know that my pick in this game, I didn't actually bet it. But my pick in this game, I'm coming over into 1 second. I don't like that. I don't like how I'm. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, that's better. So my pick in this game is the under. And honestly, I really thought about betting it, but there's actually 2 unders on this slate that I like better than this one. Oh wow, it's down to 7. Last night when I gave it out on YouTube, it was 7.5. I bet 2 unders tonight, and both of them I like better than this one. But the reason, Luzardo's been absolutely dealing. His last 5 starts, he's been much better than his first handful of starts to start the season. He's also been really good at home. The Rays haven't been able to touch lefties away from Tampa. I talked about all this on the video last night. It's just everything points towards Luzardo pitching a gem. And on the other side, who's got all the background noise in their mic?
I don't think it's me.
I hear like a
Beaver's mic is really loud on my screen.
Yeah,
but I don't.
I think just turn the volume down on it. Yeah, because that's probably why we heard him breathing so loud. He's got the volume jacked all the way up on it. All right, it's gone now. So whatever. All right. So on the other side, you got Pepio, and I mean, look, it's only 2 starts, the sample size, but both his road starts, he's absolutely dealt. And one of those was in Coors Field, and the other one was in Milwaukee. So both his road starts, he absolutely slaughtered it, and this will be the easiest road start of the year. It's not saying Pepio's going to go in there and throw 7 shutout innings, but I think Luzardo very well may throw 5 or 6 innings of 1-run baseball, and Pepio should be just fine. So when it gets to the bullpens, there should only be 3 runs on the board. So if you want to go with the first 5 under, but
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's better now. It was really loud before. So if you want to go with the first 5 under, but I bet it's down to 3.5 now. It was at 4 last night, so just be under a pass for me.
Just for the record, Ryan Pepio did go into Miami last year, went 7 innings, 1 hit baseball. So
Really?
He did.
Toast, did you watch my video? What are your thoughts on my under?
I couldn't agree more. I actually played Miami money line personally at plus money. Like I've been saying for a month now, I just will not in any way, shape, or form lay juice with the Tampa Bay Rays. It's that simple for me. I understand that Miami has went back-to-back games without scoring a run. It's kind of all or nothing. I mean, the 2 games prior to that, they scored 8 and 9 runs. So do I expect Pepio to pitch well today? Yeah, I also expect Luzardo to pitch well today as well. I think that the lineups are kind of like a wash, and I think that the bullpens kind of lead towards Miami personally. So yeah, I took a small half unit play out the fish at plus 105. I just don't feel like the Rays should be this big of favorites or favorites towards anybody. And I think I had the starting pitching advantage with the team at home. So I took the plus money.
Yeah. And honestly, you could probably make the argument that you also have the bullpen advantage too. The only advantage, the only part of this game I would take the Rays over the Marlins is the lineup, but the Rays haven't touched lefties on the road, and it's Luzardo. So if I was to take a side, I'd be on Miami also. But I'm just sticking with under a pass for me. Prop Beaver?
I went with Pepe Le Pew over 16.5 outs. I got that at minus 110 this morning. It's up at minus 130. I still like it quite a bit. I feel like this should be at 17.5. I think we're catching some value here, a little bit of a discount due to the 2-game span where he left early. He had the game where he left due to the comebacker after 2 innings, and then the next start against Boston, he was limited to 4 innings. Take out those 2 outliers, and we got a steal on our hands because Pepio was over in 6 of 7 healthy starts this season, averaging 17.3, and his last 10 of 11 with 71-plus pitches going back to last season. We did lose our bet the last time we faded Miami with an outs over, but it was blatantly clear in that game that Yu Darvish was not right. He got added to the IL directly after the game. Take out him and Joe Ross, who both got injured mid-game versus Miami. Last 17 to 24 righties to face them have gone over the line. Also worth noting that Pepio's ERA line in this one is 1.5. That shows a lot of confidence here from the books. With 2 or less runs allowed, last 11 of 12 healthy righties to face Miami have gone over the number, averaging 20 outs, nevertheless 17. And while the sample is small, Pepio on the road and his 2 starts at Coors, incredibly hard place to pitch, and Milwaukee, second WRC plus, has been absurd. I mean, a 45 K to BB rate, 4.2 whip, and a 1.19 xFIP is nuts. Fish have provided very little hope lately against starting righties. Last 9 to face him, 2.04 ERA, And Pepio's dealt all 3 times he's faced Miami. 1.5 ERA, 0.61 WHIP, 0.5 home run per 9. The current lineup has less than a .4 OPS against him. He's gone over the line in 2 or 3 appearances, including his lone trip to Miami where he pitched 7 whole innings. So I'm happy to take a line here. I feel should be at 17.5. Until those books adjust what happened with the comebacker, I'm willing to keep riding with Pepio in this spot. Should have took it the last time. It was at 15.5 over at plus 140. That was ridiculous.
So I'm bringing up Modi next, but it doesn't. I think we might have all taken all of his points because he's on a Pepio prop as well. And me and Proppy were just both talked extensively about Pepio. So I think we might have just stole all his thunder.
Yeah, I mean, you guys basically said everything I said. I have just over his strikeouts instead of over the outs. Basically, retweet everything Prop Beaver said. Just add that to strikeouts. He went under the 2 starts that Prop Beaver mentioned when he got the comebacker, and then he also didn't do well in his first start after that. But last start, struck out 7 against the Athletics. He threw 88 pitches. Seems like he's back from that. And if you just take out those that 2-start blip that he had, he cashed it in 4 of his first 6 starts. So I do think that we're getting a little bit of a discount, as everybody said. That has been bumped up to minus 120 odds as opposed to the minus 118. So it's not terrible. I would still take it at that number. The Marlins aren't like a massive strikeout team by any means. They have the 8th highest strikeout rate in the MLB over the last 2 weeks against righties at 24.7%. It is above average, but it's not like we're targeting. They're not the Mariners, especially the Mariners of last week or anything like that. But Pepio's got good strikeout stuff, even with those 2 starts counted. On the year, strikeout rate 28.3%. That's the 13th highest of all qualified pitchers if he had pitched enough innings to qualify. Swinging strike rate 12.2%, 19th highest. Called strike plus whiff rate 29.7%. That's the 12th best in the MLB. So I'm pretty confident that he'll be able to get us to 6 strikeouts. This will probably be the last time we'll be able to get him at a reasonable number at 5.5.
So all 3 of us like the spot for Pepio. Someone did say that Luzardo is just 2-4 lifetime against Tampa, but I'm not sure how much that applies because in years past the Rays are a dangerous lineup against lefties, and that's not the case this year. They're a bottom 10 lineup against lefties, so I don't know if his starts in previous years against the Rays are really applicable.
I mean,
Jesus Luzardo has 3 lifetime appearances against Tampa. It's going to be very hard to be 2-4 against them in 3 appearances.
I should have
stealing my thunder.
He's only. He's 2-4, so maybe he's
Jesus
2.
Christ,
maybe he
guys.
said 2 for 4 in ABs.
So his first 2 starts were lackluster. He had to start against them last year. He went 6 innings, only gave up 1 hit. So
let's let Modi go first
right
in this one since we stole his thunder on the last one. It's Dodgers Pirates. Matthew, share your thoughts.
Yeah, I have a super square Tyler Glasnow over 7.5 strikeouts. It's at minus 104 odds at FanDuel is what I got it at. Let me make sure that that's still the price. So that's at minus 155 now. I don't know if I would take it at minus 150. So I guess I'll just pass. I honestly wouldn't touch it at minus 150. So I guess I'll just pass on this one. It's fine for a parlay piece, but I'm not going to tell anybody to bet that at minus 150. Sorry, that moved aggressively since I locked it in.
All right, I'll go then. And you know what? I want to hear what Toast is doing because Toast likes Jared Jones. Toast, I laid the 1.5 here. Are you with me?
No. Pirates money line.
That's a bad bet.
Plus 160. I know it's terrible. Unfortunately, I'm the Glasnow whisperer. 3-0 fading Glasnow is a big favorite, about to make it 4-0. The Dodgers are not scoring, guys. I understand that they won some games this weekend, but they're not scoring. This Dodgers big bad offense has scored 4 runs, over 4 runs in 3 games. They've scored over 4 runs just 3 times in their last 10 games. I'm really not super worried about this Dodgers offense coming against Jared Jones. Do I expect Tyler Glasnow to pitch very well? Yes. I also expect this to be a low-scoring game. Like I said, this Dodgers offense isn't scaring anybody right now. Another thing on my mind is that the Pirates just seem to play the Dodgers well. The last 2 seasons, the Pirates are 9-4 against the Dodgers this year. So I understand the Pirates are terrible, but this is a big spot for them. And I think that they have, I think that Jared Jones can keep them in this game. And if that's the case, like I said, I'm not really worried about the Dodgers offense right now. If they explode for 7 runs or whatever it is, so be it. I'll take my loss. But at plus 160 with a guy like Jared Jones on the mound, I'm more than happy to take my chances.
Yeah, I think Glasnow's about to throw a gem on the road against Pittsburgh, a terrible lineup against righties. And yes, we know the Dodgers lineup certainly not producing like the Dodgers lineup, but we just saw him rock Cal Quantrill. I mean, yeah, Jared Jones is definitely not Cal Quantrill, but Jared Jones is he's a kid, definitely prone to getting rattled. We just saw him get gotten to in his last start. Tigers, 5 runs off him in less than 5 innings of work. Giants, a home start in Pittsburgh. The Giants got to him. So I think Jared Jones is starting. I think now that there's some tape out on him, some film, if you will, seems like the last 3 lineups that he's faced, Tigers, Giants, Cubs. These aren't dangerous lineups against righties. All 3 were able to get to him. 5 runs, 3 runs, 3 runs. And even before that, the Cubs got to him in the start before that as well. So his last 4 starts, he hasn't looked untouchable. I got this at -110, even -110. Dodgers on the run line. Mr. Beaver?
Pirates are past, certainly not getting to the window here. I know Glasnow has been a bit shakier at home and a beast on the road, but the Pirates have played the Dodgers tough in the past. And the Dodgers have been a bit less potent against starting righties on the road. I just feel like until the Dodgers bats show me some consistency against starting righties like they displayed early in the season, I don't see much value in laying the run line or a big price on them. So yeah, that'd be my take here. But the one thing I am concerned about, obviously, is the fact that Jared Jones is starting to slump. And Glasnow, when he's struggled, has been a massive home favorite. When he's been a big road favorite, he's actually done pretty goddamn well. So, I don't know.
Dodgers. Next up. All right, Toast, we're on the same bet here. So go ahead and tell the nice
You didn't ask Modi what he liked. Oh, you did. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
So tell the nice people why we're betting Cleveland.
You can go because I actually didn't bet him. I got scared off. So go ahead.
What?
I did too.
So I'm the only one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not betting the Royals, but I think I've overthought this game too much, so it's a pass for me.
Okay, so let me get the poll up, and I guess I'm the only one with money on this. I am on Cleveland. I got the money. I got it at -115. Is it -125 now?
I believe.
Wow, okay. That's called CLV, guys. Take notes.
I got the opposite of that today.
So, yeah, I'm on Cleveland. I got it -115. I think I would still play it at -125, though, if I'm being honest.
It's -130.
Wow, the CLV king.
It's -1.
That's what they call you.
That's what
Let me check.
That's what I'm known as in the streets.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously everyone's going to look at this game, right? The Royals have a great record. They have a great ROI, 16.7%. The Royals, if you've been betting the Royals, you've been making money. Way less so on the road. That's for number one. The Royals at home have been a cash cow. Not that they've been absolutely dreadful on the road. They're still finding ways to win games. Seth Lugo's a big part of that. He's been dominant on the road. But as a whole, this lineup cannot be trusted on the road. They've been a bottom 10 lineup in baseball on the road all season. So a lot of you might be, and by the way, Cleveland's been borderline top 10 lineup at home all season. So a lot of you might be looking at it and be like, oh, Seth Lugo versus Tristan McKenzie. Royals huge edge in the first 5. And Seth Lugo is better than Tristan McKenzie. But if you factor in the 2 lineups and the spot, the fact that this game's in Cleveland, I still think the edge might be Cleveland's bats against Lugo versus Royals bats on the road against McKenzie. And keep in mind that Seth Lugo is another guy who's due for a little bit of regression. Now, Seth Lugo's been awesome. He's been awesome. No, I'm not saying, he's going to start getting shelled. But, I mean, a 1.92 ERA. His expected numbers are more in the 3.8s, 3.9s. He's still been great. Not trying to take any credit away from Lugo. But a 1.92 ERA is kind of insane. And his expected numbers are slightly worse than that. So I actually think Cleveland might get to Lugo a little bit. But if you're not sold on anything I just said, how about this part? From the inning 6 on, this is all Cleveland. We're talking about one of the best bullpens in baseball against not one of the worst, but Kansas City's bullpen is certainly not the strength of their team, just to put it delicately. So in the second half of this game, I feel like I have the huge edge. As long as through 5 innings, I'm within 2 runs, maybe like 3-1 Kansas City. I didn't think Cleveland could even be winning after 5 innings. But even if I'm down 3-1, 4-2, I still think I'm right in this game because I have the advantage in the second half. Cleveland bats at home against the Royals bullpen. I like it. Cleveland's bullpen should shut the door, given the opportunity. I'm on the gods.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't know. Like I said, I just felt like I overthought this game a little bit. I guess part of it was me thinking that I was trying to play I thought that that the Royals were going to start playing better on the road, especially after that Minnesota series. And then I started looking at who's Cleveland has played. They've been really, really good. We've made a lot of money with Cleveland, but their last 10 games against the Nationals, Rockies, and Angels, and then before that, the Mets. Again, I understand that the Royals are bad on the road, but Seth Lugo continues to pitch well. I mean, he's even dropped his ERA to 1.72. It's even better than that now, which is like a whole two runs better than his last 2 years in the league. I don't know. Like I said, I think I've overthought this one. I do feel like at the end of the day, though, I think I'm going to be pissed off I didn't bet Cleveland at home where they are 20
would it
and
be
7.
Cleveland or pass at least?
100%. No question.
Cleveland or pass. And Prop Beaver, sounds like you're Cleveland or pass also.
Yeah, just take what Toe said and repeat that for me.
What Toe said, but not what I said? I talked for way longer.
Repeat that as
yours
well.
wasn't as good.
Toast is a lot more convincing with his pass. Modai?
Hell of a pass.
Yeah, we got a dong here. Nelson Velasquez plus you can actually get 430 now at Bet Rivers is what that's priced at. I like looking at his recent stats. I really like this one. He's got 5 home runs over the last 2 weeks. 5th best ISO rate in that stretch at 47.4%. 6th best barrel rate over that stretch at 26.7%. And what I like about him is he's got an obscene fly ball rate. Over the last 2 weeks, fly ball rate of 73.3%. That's a crazy number. That's like 3/4 of the time he makes contact, he's hitting a fly ball. That's the best in the MLB by far. When you're hitting with contact and you're hitting with power and you're putting the ball in the air, that's a pretty good predictor for future home runs. His ISO rate is much better against right-handed pitching than it is against lefties. Granted, a lot of his other stats are better against lefties, so I don't really know what to make of that, but his power is significantly better, like 21.7% ISO rate against righties, 16.3% against lefties. Of the 5 home runs he's hit over the last 2 weeks, 4 of them have been against righties. Awesome, again, fly ball rate, awesome pull rate, awesome hard hit rate. And Tristan McKenzie allows a barrel rate of 11.4%, which is terrible, an average exit velocity of 90.3 miles per hour, which is terrible, and a launch angle of 19.7 degrees, which is the 4th highest launch angle in the MLB. So it's a pitcher that throws balls that can get hit that has a high launch angle, so can be hit for fly balls, and then a batter that hits for a lot of power and hits a lot of fly balls. So I thought this was a good one. Again, you can actually get it at plus 430 now, but I thought this was a good one.
Velasquez dinger.
Right.
Our poll is split down the middle on that one. 45% Guardians, 44% Royals. So the community is torn on this one. Next up, Milwaukee, Philly. And this one's tough because for those of you that watched UCapper's show yesterday, I was a guest on there. And what I said on that show, if you guys remember, my loss yesterday was I took the Brewers at plus 180. So I had the Brewers yesterday, took the loss, and I said, guys, here's what I like about this bet. This is my spiel from yesterday, right? I said, guys, here's what I like about this bet. The Phillies bullpen is pretty taxed. The arms are available, but we're going to go with the Brewers here. And if they lose a close game, the Phillies will be forced to use these premier arms who will then not be available the next day. So that's what I said. So you would think, okay, we're betting the Brewers then. I didn't account for the fact that Colin Ray was going to be on the mound, and now I'm a little hesitant. I guess I probably should have looked at who was pitching for the Brewers the following day before saying that. The Phillies are going to have no Alvarado and no Hoffman, right? No Hoffman toast. I believe it's Alvarado and Hoffman are the 2 guys that are out. So the Phillies bullpen is definitely taxed. I guess I'll go here. I didn't end up betting the game. I feel bad for people that watch that and are like, oh, I'll go bet it because I know Kyle's going to be on it. Because I did say that, but I just didn't look who was pitching, which was stupid on my part. So I'll go over a pass. There's the Phillies bullpen is taxed. Christopher Sanchez definitely showing signs of vulnerability recently. Brewers lineup after scoring one run should bounce back. So I like Milwaukee to get on the board. The problem is there's just no way I could trust Colin Ray to pitch a good game in Citizens Bank Park. Just sounds crazy even saying it. So I know the Phillies haven't been that explosive against righty starters. Certainly wasn't their offense that won yesterday. But this lineup, it just scares the shit out of me. And Colin Ray, I've had bad experiences. So it'll be over a pass.
Okay, before we get 50 comments, Jared Koenig is the opener.
Same thing as yesterday, guys.
I know it's a hard concept. He's the opener.
Jared Koenig, hold on. Guys, we go by the primary pitcher. I don't care who's pitching the first inning. Colin Ray's the primary pitcher, meaning they're going to bring him in the second inning to throw 4 or 5. So that's who we cap the game with. Koenig is going to throw the first inning. Whatever, just let it.
Yeah.
Phillies first 5 run line or pass. I've acknowledged that I feel the Phillies offense is about to cool down, but with that being said, Ray is one of the luckiest guys going right now. There's a reason they have an opener ahead of him, despite him having good results thus far. They know that this dude is lucky and not a good pitcher, and he struggles on the road and against lefties. The key bats in this Phillies lineup, they're lefties. The Brewers lineup has had some success against lefties at home inconsistently, but for the most part, lefties at home have had a ton of success against them, and Sanchez has been notably better at home. I don't mind that Koenig is opening here because Rhea doesn't get worse more times through the order. He actually gets better. The first time through the order this season, he has a 6.38 ERA, 4.36 WOBA, 3 home run per 9, 185 WHIP. So I think that as soon as he comes in, he's going to struggle, and Phillies cover that first 5 run line -120. I don't love it, because the Brewers are so inconsistent against lefties. I keep getting burned by them because one day they're good, one day they're bad. I don't want to deal with it anymore, so I'm not playing it, but that would be the way I go here. Phillies first 5 run line.
Oh, first 5. I'm sorry.
Or pass. Yeah.
Can I think you're a little bit biased towards Christopher Sanchez.
He's good at home. What is the bias?
Do I not have a graphic for it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, Mode, I see a prop here. I'm assuming that belongs to you.
Yeah, I guess I disagree with you about the Christopher Sanchez. I mean, he had a bad start when he was in Coors Field. A lot of pitchers have bad starts in Coors Field. Granted, it hasn't really been the same this year, but like all his advanced stats are really, really good. I mean, this is juiced. It's at -135 odds, so you're definitely paying for it. And I just think that like Christopher Sanchez is just getting underrated because he's not a massive name and he's not having like a Cy Young worthy season like Ranger Suarez. But all of his starts look good. 2.83 ERA, 3.79 X ERA. So maybe he's getting a little bit lucky with his ERA to X ERA, but still 2.49 FIP, 3.04 X FIP. Those are really good. Barrel rate 6.5% is super low. Sierra 3.38, which is super low. He's only allowed 3 or more runs in 3 of his 11 starts this year. And I know going back to last year isn't perfect, but he did start against the Brewers last year. He only gave up 1 run on 6 hits and 5 innings pitched. So this isn't me really saying that the Brewers offense stinks or that I think Sanchez is a stud. I think he's good enough, and the Brewers offense is just average against lefties, like 15th in WRC plus with a WRC plus of literally 100. Completely average, 16th ranked WOBA, 15th ranked WRAA, 21st ranked ISO, and 17th ranked OPS. So I think that, Sanchez should be able to pitch enough to go under the 2.5 earned runs.
Under 2.5 earned runs. Toast?
I agree with you. It'd be over or pass. I didn't bet this. Shout out Reese Hoskins, though, last night for getting my money back. I love you, Reese Hoskins.
Same.
Your son's named after him, right?
Isn't
your son named Reese spelled the same?
100%. Same, spelled the same way. And I'd be lying if I didn't take a little bit of that into consideration. I wouldn't lie. I mean, when you put the Braves out of their misery like that, you got to respect a man like that. Anyway.
I totally agree.
Anyway, I like Christopher Sanchez as well. He hasn't looked good on the road, but at the same time, I don't even think that starting Coors was that bad. And not to mention he's not on the road, so I don't have to talk about that. He is at home, though. And the reason that I think that the Brewers could possibly score runs is his 5 home starts this year: Reds, Pirates, Rockies, Nats, Jays. None of those teams really scare me that much against lefties. Maybe, I guess, the Jays. I understand that the Rockies better split. I don't really care. The Rockies are still bad. So, again, the Brewers are too inconsistent for me to actually bet this number, but it's decent weather as well, so it'd be over a pass. But like I said, I'm not playing it.
All right. Our poll, actually, wow, a lot of people in the comments are betting the Brewers here. And I get it. The Phillies bullpen is definitely taxed. And if I was to bet a side, it would be the Brewers, but I couldn't. I'm a coward. I'll say it. I'm a coward.
Trust me, I play a lot of dogs, and I really wanted to bet the Brewers, but this Phillies team, especially at home, man, it's just unreal. Unreal.
Yeah, to be honest, I wish I passed. I wish yesterday I went Brewers or pass, so I could have taken the Brewers here, because I feel like the fact that I just lost on the Brewers last night is holding me back from placing a bet that I think might be the right side, but it's a pass. Over or pass, I mean. Mets, Nats.
Yeah, don't worry, we're going to get a fade Phillies tomorrow with Nola on the mound at home.
He'll probably give up a couple dongs.
Oh, yeah. especially if the Phillies play well today. It's going to be an easy Brewers win tomorrow with them. That's a big old favorite.
All right, so next up is Mets, Nats. So kind of tough to call here. So, all right, so there's a lot of angles to this game. Number one, Trevor Williams is pitching really well, right?
He's not pitching.
He's out.
He's not
He got
pitching.
scratched.
Yeah, someone said that in the comments when I first started. How recently did that happen?
Hours and hours ago.
No, it didn't.
Did it?
Yes, it did. Hours and hours and hours ago.
I don't think that's
Seems-
true.
Hours and hours and hours.
I checked like 2 hours ago and it wasn't.
It happened multiple hours ago.
It happened 4 hours ago, according to Underdog.
That is 4. Okay, that's hours and hours ago.
No, I was wrong. Yeah, no, I was wrong.
It wasn't updated on whatever. All right. So it's hers. Let me just get the proper picture up. So, 1 second. My OCD needs this to be correct. There we go. Oh, it's an H. It's an H. Boom. All right. So with this new pitching change, I was already kind of leaning this way. Both these bullpens are taxed. We should see a lot of runs in the late innings. So what are your guys' thoughts on an over here? I'm not going to bet this, but
For me, it'd be Mets first 5 run line or pass, but now at minus 110, yeah. The Mets have just seen a lot of lefties in the last couple weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, they have.
So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't really have anything either way in this
game
one.
sucks, right? It's like hard to handicap.
Yeah,
who knows what we're gonna get from Peterson? It's only his second start back, right? Prop Beaver, what are your thoughts on Peterson?
I don't know. It's tough because the Nats kind of stink against lefties, but the problem is he's gotten destroyed the last 2 times he saw them. So it's kind of really tough to make a judgment on him here, especially in his second start. The first start, I mean, he only allowed 2 runs to the Dodgers, but he didn't look particularly good. So really tough to judge him. I mean, me and Modai had the same play. It was my favorite play of the day too. I had Trevor Williams over 4.5 Ks.
Yep.
Yeah, so tough.
Moda, you have anything?
I didn't realize hours and hours ago that Trevor Williams got scratched. So he was my play. The only thing I'll say is there's a lot of comments about getting dong merch. If someone wants to pull the trigger on that and make some dong merch, I will wear any dong t-shirt. I love dongs. Let's get donged. I will wear it. Someone wants to take.
You will
take
wear a
ownership
shirt
of
that says "I love dongs." You'd wear that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would wear it too. Moda, I'm actually the next song in development is the Dong song. So
Love it. Yes.
You're actually making that song?
why not? I mean, the first one went so well.
What? Every single time Modai has one, we're gonna play it?
I don't know how it would work, but I'll run it with my people.
All right. Well,
Got to run it by the label.
let me know what your people say. How about that? Let's move on to the next game. One we like better than this. Twins Yankees. Prop Beaver?
This is the one that's pretty much ruined my day. God, I'm so angry with this one.
Why? What happened?
Luis Gill, not over 7.5 Ks, minus 103, like I took it last night. Let's see what it's at right now. Luis Gill over 6.5 Ks, minus 130. Go.
The line moved against you?
Hey, I had the best CLV I've ever had yesterday on Scooble, and it lost. So line movement means nothing, apparently.
All right, let's hope that's the case today. Luis Gill over 6.5 Ks, not 7.5, 6.5 Ks, minus 130. Yay. After starting the season 2-6 to the over with averaging 6 with a 12.6 K to BB rate, Gill's on fire his last 3 starts, 14, 8, and 9 Ks, averaging 10.3 with a 35 K to BB rate. At home this year, Gill's a monster, 4-1, 8.8 Ks per game, 39.3 K rate. His only lone miss came against the Astros. That team leads the MLB in K percentage against righties. Now he's going to face his old team. Yes, Minnesota was the team that actually signed him when he was an international prospect. And who did they trade him away for? Jake Cave. Jesus Christ. He had 8 Ks when he faced them in 2021, and now he looks the best he ever has. So he had 8 Ks in 2021, despite getting lit up by them. Now he's going to face them this year, and this is a Minnesota team that is 23rd in K percentage over the last 2 weeks through the first 5, 22nd in the season. And while we haven't seen a righty hit 8+ against them in quite a bit of time, we've seen 3 starting right-handed pitchers with a K percentage of 27+ and 55+ innings face the Twins this season. Through 4 starts, they are 4-0 to the line, averaging 10. Here are the names of every guy who has hit A+ Ks against Minnesota this season. Bybee twice, scrub. Jack Flaherty, Fetty, Singer, Glasnow, Schmidt. I mean, besides Flaherty and Glasnow, Gill has better K stuff than all these guys. At 6.5, I think that I will take my chances here for Gill to hit the line. I mean, obviously I don't like this reverse line movement, guys. I'm to say I'm floored would be an understatement, but
are you floored?
You sound like Stephen A. I've been bamboozled. Been led astray.
I have. I mean, here's the main issue. Edward Julian got sent down. He's a K machine, and now Royce Lewis is up. But here's my thing. I don't really give a shit. I think he could still strike out 8 of these guys. I think Luis Gil is that good. I mean, he struck out 8 Toronto Blue Jays. That's one of the toughest lineups in the league to struck out. He struck out 14 White Sox, and at the time, they weren't even striking out. So I just think this guy's different. I think he's at home in a revenge spot against a lineup. I mean, sure, Royce Lewis doesn't strike out at the highest rate, but it's going to be his first MLB action in God knows how long. He could get 2 Ks off of him. So I'm still riding with Luis Gil. If you want to ride on, I guess, what looks to be a trap, join me, but I wouldn't advise it too highly now. I'm pretty annoyed about it.
That's the best sell I've ever heard.
That was a hell of
me on what appears to be a trap.
I have another one just like this. Wait for it. It's happened twice today. I was pumped.
It's hell of a sales pitch. You guys want to ride with me, but if you don't, I would advise you didn't, because this bet sucks.
Yes.
So, I mean, this one does kind of suck. I mean, the only way I would go is Yankees -1.5. I think I'm 2-0. My last 2 times faded the Yankees, but I'm not. I don't make a habit of it. I took the Angels against them, and then I took the Padres against. Was the Padres? That was the Padres,
that
right?
Sunday game we played against them.
So I think I'm 2-0. My last 2 times fading the Yankees, and I do like Bailey Ober, but I don't know. I guess if you think the Twins are going to get to heel, maybe it's worth a look. But the Yankees are just clobbering the ball right now. It'll be Yankees run line or pass. Modi?
I agree with you on the Yankees. I took their first 5 run line, -115 odds at BetMGM. Ober is going to give up a ton of home runs, but like if you want to bet Aaron Judge home run, it's +190. No thanks. If you want to bet Giancarlo, it's like +280. So if there's like a not as popular right-handed batter, he's probably going to hit a home run if those guys don't. But yeah, it's backing everything Prop Beaver said about Louis. Is it heel? I honestly didn't know that.
The comments are saying it's heel.
It's heel. It's no G in it. It's Spanish.
Luis heel. Ever since he got that Brewer start where he got wrecked, where he gave up 5 runs, he's been awesome since then. 6 starts. He hasn't given up more than 1 run in any of those 6 starts. He's given up a combined 3. And only in 1 of those 6 starts did he even give up more than 3 hits, which was a start against the White Sox where he gave up 5 hits and he struck out 14 batters. And he literally had a negative FIP and XFIP in that game. So 5 hits didn't matter. Even though the Twins have been good against right-handed pitching over the last 2 weeks, I'm pretty confident Heel is going to pitch well. And then the Yankees have had the best offense in baseball, basically every category you can look at over the last 2 weeks. And I don't think Bailey Ober's good. I think he stinks. So I wanted to go with the first half because the full game money line's not worth it. And I didn't want, like, the run line makes me nervous with the home team who, if they're winning, gets only 8 innings. But yeah, that's why I want the first 5.
Let's see if Moldy Muffin is correct. In the comments, Moldy Muffin said, the way Toast is stretching, I know he's fading the Yankees. Toast, did Moldy... You are fading them?
Of course. I mean, I only faded him like once in San Francisco, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm well aware not very many people are going to tail this, but I'm sorry, Luis Gil isn't a -180 favorite. I understand that he's been fantastic, and if he continues to do that, good for him. But I'll take my chances. I mean, he's also faced some lackluster competition. I mean, the Angels, the Mariners, the White Sox, the Rays. None of those teams really scare me against right-handed pitching. The Twins are a top 6 lineup the last 14 days against righties and righties on the road like they are today. The question's Bailey Ober. And I think that he has a chance to pitch well today. The only person in that lineup that scares me a lot is Juan Soto, because he has a really good history against him. But Yankees are coming off a West Coast road trip where they couldn't look any better at all. I think that they got, I don't want to say lucky because they've been killing the ball, but they've been doing a lot of work late in ball games, punishing bullpens. If that's the case again today, so be it. But I think Ober can pitch well enough to keep them into this game. And with the Yanks coming off their long West Coast road trip, I don't care if they had a day off or not. Add on the fact that I don't think that Luis Gil is going to continue to pitch 7 innings of 1-run ball. And if he does, so be it. You can pay the price for it. But I'll take my plus 150 and I'll be pretty happy with it.
So, Toast, the comments are less than pleased with your pick here.
Oh, shocker. Oh, no.
Shipley goes, Toast, please stop drinking the Monsters. Mountain Dew. All right, let's move on to the next one. Needless to say, the comment section didn't like Toast's pick there.
Normally, I feel like I get roasted in the comments, so I'm glad that it was someone else.
No, nothing was as bad as last year when Toast kept fading the Braves. Like I was like, oh, because they didn't like it.
It was glorious.
All right. Baltimore, Toronto. It's Trevor Richards pitching, right? Because it was
the opener, and then Bowden Francis the primary.
Yeah.
Okay. That explains why I was having trouble. Because this one was listed as undecided like this morning. So I threw Richards in there in the graphic, but you heard Prop Beaver. He's just the opener. So we got the O's at minus 170. By the way, shout out Baltimore, shout out Inner Harbor, shout out O's. Top bet yesterday came through.
Shout out Blue Crabs.
Shout out Bird Gang. Shout out Omar.
So we got Baltimore again on the road in Toronto. I didn't look at this game because when I was looking at all the games before, I didn't know who was pitching for Toronto. So, Modai, would you like to start us off here?
Yeah. I'm going right back to Gunnar Henderson to hit a home run. I had him yesterday. I talked about how the plus 525 odds were crazy. He didn't hit a home run, so I can't say I was proven right, but he had the hardest hit of the game. He had 3 hard hits, and he had one that hit like every metric that you look for: exit velocity above 95 miles per hour, launch angle of 26 degrees. That's like the sweet spot for a home run. Just didn't make it out. But he's just crushing the baseball. Today, it's down to 375, which is still honestly too high for Gunnar Henderson, but at least a little bit more reasonable. And like looking at him, like he's second in the MLB, tied with Kyle Tucker for home runs. But looking at him recently, he's got 4 straight games where he has an average exit velocity of 95 or above, 5 of his last 7. And yesterday, he just crushed it. Like his average EV was 104 miles per hour, which is crazy. So Bowden Francis, I know he's making his return. Not a good pitcher. I'm not scared off of that pitching matchup at all. And he's a right-handed pitcher, and that's what Gunnar Henderson's excellent at. So he didn't come through for me yesterday, but he did just hit one on Sunday. So I'm confident going right back to Gunnar.
Prop Beaver, tell me why I shouldn't just lay the 1.5 with Baltimore here. I mean, we have the starting pitching advantage. We have the lineup advantage. Even though Toronto's got their bullpen arms back that they were missing yesterday, we still have the bullpen advantage. Baltimore's bullpen hasn't even been great. Still better than Toronto's bullpen with no Romano. So tell me why we shouldn't go Baltimore minus 1.5 here. I haven't bet it, but like I'm down to.
I don't particularly have a great reason not to. What I would lean in this game is over 8 or pass. Burns' worst spot has been on the road against righties, 358 WOBA, 1.6 home run per 9, 1.45 whip. Jays start 7 daily, and they only managed 1 run off of him through 6 innings despite 8 base runners their first matchup. On the other side, we got Trevor Richards opening and Bowden Francis as the primary. I don't really care. Orioles are smashing the ball, sitting second in WRC plus and ISO only to the Yankees over the last 2 weeks against righties. And the fact that both bullpens have been mediocre as of late and both offenses have produced against bullpens well offensively. And I like runs in this one. The only thing that I'm noting is a bit weird is that the total dropped, but that would be where I lean. As far as your pick, I don't have an objection. I don't have a supporting point. I don't feel either way.
Got it. Toast, I didn't even notice till the comments pointing it out. We're both repping Toronto with our hats here. You got Blue Jays and I got
yeah.
Unintentional.
Kyle's actually sent me this hat. I'm on Toronto money line here. I got Toronto money line at plus 148. Just kind of a play on the number for me. again, I understand that Baltimore's kind of owned this Jays team over the last year and a half. I get that, but like Beaver just talked about, I don't feel like this is a great spot for Corbin Burns, on top of the fact that I'm just not a big Corbin Burns guy. I really don't like to lay a big juice with him. Not to mention the fact that Toronto's already seen him with this year. That's already helps. I understand the pitching situation with Toronto, but it can be scary at the surface. But if they can just get through a couple innings with these guys, I think that we're going to be all right. Again, I'm not making the case that they're going to shut down this Orioles lineup, but I agree with Beaver's over. I think there's going to be runs here today. And Toronto's been really good against right-handed pitching over the last 2 weeks. Second in WRC plus, OPS, and WOBA. Burns is also, like Beaver just said, Burns is almost or much better against lefties. Jays are only going to have 2 of those guys in the lineup. The total went from 8.5 to 8. I think the Jays are live in this one, so I took it plus 148.
Comments. We're not thrilled with that one either.
Shocker.
I mean, you get one of those 2 right, and you're profitable.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah, it just needs to go 1-1.
People hate plus money bets, and they don't understand.
Yeah. We don't need to get into that spiel. I think most of the people know.
Yeah, the smart ones do.
And a lot of people, it's not like they're being assholes about it. They're just like, what? Like they're not being disrespectful. They're just disagreeing.
They're going to hate this one too. You can put me up first.
All right. I have a bet in this one too, but you go first.
Well, you can talk to yours because the fact that you like your bet is why I like mine even more. So go ahead.
Okay. So let me get the poll up. So I bet this one. You know what? I actually forgot to post this one on the site, but I did post it in the Discord. It will be posted on the site as soon as I get off. So if you're not on the Discord and you're on the site, my bad. I forgot to post this one. But I am on the under, and it's not Max fired, thanks to our friend Andy. It's Max Fried.
Letters are hard, guys.
So I am on the under. And I feel like the reasoning, I don't want to say is obvious, but it kind of just self-explanatory here. First of all, it's at 8 now? I got it at 8.5 last night. So I guess.
Well, yeah, that and the fact that it moved down. But yes, go ahead.
So whatever. I still like it at 8. I got it at 8.5. So first of all, the reason that this total was at 8.5 with these 2 starting pitchers are just the logos. It's Braves versus Red Sox, 2 Braves versus Red Sox in Fenway Park. Just that's historically, not even historically, last couple, that just screams runs. There should be runs scored. But actually, if you look at the way these 2 teams are playing recently, it's not really run scoring. First of all, Max Fried been pretty damn good, and Boston hasn't been hitting lefties. So I know going into Fenway Park isn't a great spot for a starting pitcher, but Red Sox are not getting to lefty starters, and Fried's been great. So you got that on one side. On the other side, Cutter Crawford's actually starting to regress a little bit. I'm not scared to fade Cutter Crawford, but the Braves just not hitting like the Braves are usually hitting, and they're being priced like they're the Braves of 2023 in a lot of these games. At least offensively they are, and they're not producing like that. So I got it at 8.5. I think this. I also don't hate a first 5 under 4.5 if that's even still available now that it dropped. But I think I'm good here on my under 8.5. Shit, I guess I'd still take it at 8. Kind of pissed it dropped, but yeah, I'm on the under.
So I'll be on Red Sox money line. I got this at plus another one that's plus 148. It's kind of like a carbon copy of the Toronto situation. Like this Braves team should not be laying this much juice. Sorry, guys. This Braves team should not be laying this much juice when they can't score runs. Has Max Fried been fantastic? Yes, but he's also went 9 innings and 8 innings his last 2 starts. That's a lot. That's almost like what? 4 more extra innings those last 2 starts than what he's normally at. Again, as the Red Sox been bad, yeah, but at the same time, they started to play a little bit better against Detroit. I understand that they lost that game in extras on Sunday, but this total has went down from 8 to 8.5. So that means that the books think that runs are going to be at a premium. I think this game's at a coin flip because I don't think the Braves are scoring runs. So if you're going to give me the home team at plus 148 in a game that, like I said, I think is more of a coin flip than anything, I'm going to take it.
So Red Sox money line. Toast has got a lot of dogs here. Let's bring up Mr. Modai. What are your thoughts, Matt?
I am backing Max Fried. I have him over 18.5 outs. It's all the way up at plus 155, which is crazy. Like So he got rocked in his first start against the Phillies. Since then, he has gone over this number, over the 18.5. So even pitching into the where are my notes? Into the second inning. So he's done it in 6 of 10 starts. He's done it 4 of his last 5 and 5 of his last 7. And yeah, he has gone 9 and 8 in his last 2 starts. But really what I care about is the pitch count. And he wasn't throwing like over 110 pitches or anything like that. And what I like about him in his over outs is that they will let him throw. Like since that Philly start, he's thrown an average of 98 pitches in his 10 starts. He's gone over at least 105 of his last 6, but he hasn't had anything crazy, like again, over 110. And his stats are phenomenal. He's got an ERA of 2.97, xERA 3.24, FIP of 3.33, xFIP even lower, 3.29. Granted, slightly lower, but still. Really low barrel rate of 4.3%. That's the 3rd lowest barrel in the MLB. Hard hit rate, 28.6%. That is literally the lowest hard hit rate in the MLB. And the Red Sox offense doesn't scare me at all. 3rd lowest, basically every category. 3rd lowest WRC plus. Again, this is against left-handed pitching. 3rd lowest WOBA, 3rd lowest WRAA, 3rd lowest OPS, 3rd lowest average. So I don't think that they're going to be able to get to him. And as long as he just gets 1 out in the 6th inning, then obviously, or I guess in the 7th inning, above 6 innings, then this would cash. So yeah, that's where I went.
So it sounds like based on your bet, you would agree with my under.
Yeah, for sure.
Prop Beaver, what about you? Would you agree with my under?
It's tough because I think the Braves offense sucks as this toast. I agree with him on that aspect, but it's pretty hard to ignore the fact that Cutter Crawford has been horrible at home lately. He has been horrible at home lately. And the last time he faced the Braves and I was like, oh, he's going to get shelled. And the Braves looked hot at that time and he pitched well. I wouldn't be shocked if the complete opposite happened this time where nobody expects it. It's like, oh, well, it would be a perfect bounce back spot this time. And he gets shelled by the cold Braves lineup. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that one. Another one where I lost a ton of CLV. But this one doesn't make me want to jump off a bridge, so that's good. Max Fried over 6.5 Ks. You get this at plus money. 1 second. Yeah, you get this at plus 125. I got at minus 125, but here's the thing. When I got at minus 125, it felt like a sharp line. Now this just feels like a fair line.
Oh, is this the other one you were talking about?
Yeah, so he's only 3-8 to the over on the season. So when I took it at minus 125, it felt sharp anyways. At plus 125, this just feels fair. He's under his last 3 of 4, averaging 5.5. So why do I want to back his over here? Well, the Red Sox are like the Seattle Mariners of K overs against lefties. This season, they sit dead last in both K percentage and whiff rate against starting lefties, and 7 is a very key number. We've now seen 9 of 13 true starting lefties that face the Sox go over the K line. They're averaging 6.5. 8 of those left-handed pitchers cleared 7+ Ks, and 5 of them landed directly on 7. Fried is a guy who's finally catching some momentum after a brutal start to the season, too. First 4 games, 0-4 to the over. He averaged 3 Ks, 3.8 K to BB rate. Last 7 games, 3-4 to the over, averaging 6 with a 16.5 K to BB rate. And now where he's really heating up is on the road. That's where you always want to back Max Fried. On the road is where he's always been at his best. First 3 road starts, 0-3 to the over, just 2.3 Ks per game. Last 4, 3-1 to the over, 7 Ks per game. And what's really stood out to me is that going back to last year, road night starts is where Max Fried is just on demon time. 1.35 ERA, 0.75 WHIP, 24.2 K to BB rate is flat out elite. And look at the level of K competition that Fried has faced over his last 10 games. Arizona, Miami twice, the Astros, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Cubs. Those teams are all top 10 in K percentage against lefties. He faced just one team in the bottom 10 in K percentage against lefties during that span, the Seattle Mariners, and he had 7 against them. If Fried can manage 7 and 9 Ks against the Dodgers and at Chicago, 2 teams in the top 10 in K percentage against lefties, I'm pretty confident that he could grab 7 at Fenway. Now, the reason that this line moved 50 cents is the fact that they have a rookie in the lineup. I believe that his name is Westbrook. His last name is Westbrook. He is a guy that doesn't really strike out at a high rate. But guess who else is going to be in the lineup today? Mr. Bobby Dalbec. And that guy whiffs away like it's going out of style. So I don't really care about the fact that we're losing 50 cents here. I feel much more confident about this one still cashing rather than the Gill one, because we still have 6 guys in this lineup with a K percentage above 25% through the first 5 innings against lefties this season. So while the Gill one, I'm a bit more gun shy about, a bit annoyed about the CLV, I still think this one's full steam ahead. And if anything, you're getting a really nice discount, plus 125. Let's go Freed.
Let's go Freed. I'm room for Freed too. Give me that under. All right, let's move on to the.
Somebody in the comments said, Toast, you got to admit the Braves are coming around. Bro, they're 4-6 their last 10, 9-11 their last 20, 14-16 their last 30. They're not even 500. Get out.
They're not even 500. They're not
Get
even
out.
Not even 500.
Christ.
I mean, it is true. The Braves do suck, guys.
God
Are we
damn.
watching a different sport?
I mean, Jesus.
If you
I
guys
might
want to
lose
get
the bet,
Toast
but if
going
you
on a
guys are-
rant, just comment
like,
about.
Come on.
guys-
Be better. Be
want-
better.
if you wanna
Comment.
get-
I think the other two complaints were more
Sure.
warranted, but the
Yeah.
Braves actually suck right now.
Like,
Yeah, they're not good.
oh, they're not going to like that, Beaver. They were hoping that you eviscerated me.
No, I mean, truly, the Braves suck right now. They had a good series against the Athletics. Congratulations.
Get them, Beaver.
Detroit on the road in Texas. Rangers did not get the job done. Thank God I left that one off my ticket. I really liked that Rangers pick yesterday.
They're a disgrace.
Yeah, final score was 2-1. Wait,
Final score, Jake Rogers 2, Rangers suck. Next game.
actually, Prop Beaver. I know Prop Beaver has a bet on Dane Stunning, so I want to ring him
I
up.
bet this
Dane's-
game too.
Now, there's no anger or dismay with this bet. No dirty CLV. All good vibes with Dane Stunning, baby. God bless America. Woo! Where did the books get off pricing my boy like this in Arlington? Are they crazy? Dane Stunning is producing the best K stuff in his career to this point. 28 K percentage, 31 whiff rate. Sure, he's under his last 2 or 3, but now he's back home in Arlington, and the K stuff is brought to an entirely different level. On the road, he's 1-4 to the over, averaging 4.6 Ks, 22.3 K percentage. Get that weak shit out of my face, because now we're back at home. He's 4-0 to the over. He's averaging 3 more Ks per game at 7.5 with a 34 K percentage. That is flat out elite. And now he's facing a Tigers lineup that held him to 5 earlier this season, just one shy of our over. But that game took place at Detroit. And how is Dunning done in 3 career home starts against Detroit? 6, 7, and last year, 10 Ks, averaging 7.7. We've seen opposing starting righties start to rack up the Ks against Detroit lately as well. We've seen the last 4 or 6 to face them, cash this number, averaging 6.8 with a 29.4 K percentage. We got a neutral ump behind the plate. I have to ride with my guy Stunning to get just 1 more K here versus Detroit and a much better split here at the plus money. Dane Stunning, do it for me. Also, like Jack Flaherty to get lit up in this one, but I already got a full unit on this, so I don't want to double up.
This is what I want to do, and I don't want. I didn't bet it. I want to bet Texas. Jesus, does someone have a pack of snow dogs or sled dogs outside?
Sorry, someone
My
came to
dog
my
does
house,
not
and
bark.
my dogs go bananas when people knock on the door.
So
If my dogs bark like that, it'd be, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa, what was that?
No.
Are you beating
My
the shit out
dogs,
of
no, my dogs are trained very, very well. If my dog
Yeah.
went off like that, I'd be pissed off. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now.
My dog's notoriously not trained well.
That had nothing to do with your dogs. I thought he said the snow dogs comment,
Yo,
so I took it personally.
someone said Toast Vic.
I took the Tigers at plus 100. It's at minus 105 or whatever now. If Flaherty gets lit up, so be it. But last year he went into Texas when the Rangers were really good, and he went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits and no runs. And in that game, he walked 5 guys. So the Rangers didn't do anything against him then. I don't think they do anything against him now. This Rangers team is just not good. 5-5 their last 10, 7-13 their last 20. 13-17 their last 30. I have no disagreements with Beaver's K-prop, but I just have no reason to believe that Texas is going to win this game, especially with Detroit having a rested bullpen. They didn't use any of their guys yesterday. And since Lang has been gone, that Detroit bullpen has performed much, much better. So Detroit money line for me.
Texas is going to win this game. But
Yeah,
I
put
can't
that
say
logo up, just like the Rockies last
I
night.
did
Make sure that
put it-
logo's
Listen,
up.
all I gotta say is that Flaherty has gone over his outs line in 10 of 11 games. Is it UNICEF night? Is it UNICEF night by the Bucks?
It's UNICEF.
It,
all
it,
right.
it tends to be at times. I won't lie to you. Sometimes you never know.
That is true.
Modai,
That is true. Sometimes they line them up and they hand the money up.
what do you like, Matt?
Yeah, I am in agreement with Flaherty getting lit up. So I have his under 6.5 strikeouts. It's at -136, which is super juiced. And this is really just, I think the book's begging people to take his over because I just don't understand this line. Like his last 4 starts, he's gone over in all 4. He's gone over in 8 of 11 this year. But his last 4 specifically, 7, 9, 9, and 9 strikeouts. So not only has he gone over his last 3, but he's aggressively gone over with 9 strikeouts. And the books are pricing over 6.5 at plus money. It feels like a trap line. And so I'm taking the opposite of it. And it's not like the Rangers are a team that strikes out a ton either. So I'm guessing that has a little bit to do with why it's priced because the Rangers offense is getting some respect. 6th lowest K rate over the last 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean, this is really just looking at the odds and feeling like the books are begging people to take the over so they can clean up when he goes under. So that's what I'm doing.
I think the stock on the Tigers is going to start doing this. I mean, the Tigers are definitely improved from last year, but look at this price. I mean, the World Series champions against the Tigers, and it's a pick 'em. And I understand why it's there, but I think if we look back at this price 2 or 3 weeks, you're gonna be like, oh, that should have never been a pick 'em. Because I think things are starting to level out, and we're seeing the Tigers bats start to look like the Tigers bats are supposed to look. I think this is a Ranger spot. I didn't bet it though, so I can't really stomp my fist about it. Toast is like,
You can stomp your fist.
I can't really pound my fist. What is it? What is the expression?
You pound your fist. Yeah, stomping a fist would be impressive.
Toast is like, if my dogs bark.
If my dogs bark, I chop off their head with a machete,
No,
put it in
I
the
can
fridge,
also-
and kick it over.
I can also assure you, if you're hitting your dogs, you're doing it wrong too. But so
Okay.
it's not going to teach them
If
anything.
my dogs bark. All right. Next game.
I hate you. Because I just read your YouTube comment on plate coverage too, so I hate you
saw
again.
All right, so White Sox, Cubs, and the prop Beaver. In what world? In what world are the Cubs -300 favorites? What world?
Could not agree more. Could not
Thank
agree
you.
more with you.
Yeah.
It's White Sox are past. The White Sox stink, but I don't think this line is 9.5 solely because of Chris Flexen. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. On top of that, some of the opening prices for Imanaga in this one were absolutely absurd. For him to record a win, as a -300 favorite was +140.
Wait, why?
What?
It's got to be the weather. It's got to be the weather.
You
Weather's
think so?
crazy in this one.
I don't think it's just solely the weather though, because we've seen like what was that one time earlier this season where it was a sus ass price. It was like a big plus money for a guy to record a win when it was a -300 favorite. I think it was Corbin Burns, and I even said it on the show. I'm like,
Yes,
I don't know. I think he's gonna lose.
Against
Yes.
Oakland.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I think he's gonna lose because that's a weird ass to record a win price. Like that does not make sense to me. And then he lost. And I think it's like the same thing here. Like everybody's on under 2.5 earned runs. Everybody's on him to record a win. Those prices are too weird. Like under 2.5 earned runs. You think that the books are just gonna put it at 2.5 earned runs because of one bad start? Personally, that's not what I believe. I like to believe the books are efficient. I believe that the books are smart. I don't think they're idiots. I don't think they're just gonna, because of one bad start, be like, oh, let's put 2.5 earned runs at -135 against one of the worst offenses in baseball against lefties at home. I don't care if the wind's blowing out. I think that'd be a bit absurd. So personally, it's White Sox or pass for me. I just don't think the books operate that way. I think they have an angle here in which somehow, some way, the White Sox get some runs up on the board against Imanaga and have a way to win this game. Am I betting it? Am I going to go the toast route? Am I going to piss off the comments? Actually, maybe I've already pissed off the comments.
No, the comments kind of like
I don't
it.
know.
Helms is saying White Sox money line is his whale lock of the day. Which
I mean,
Helms is 1-0 on his whale locks. He took one last week.
How can you not take White Sox team total over the 1.5 in the first 5? Like that's where I'm at. Like,
well, somebody messaged me in the Discord and they said, I like the White Sox. My lock of the day is the White Sox team total under 3.5 -122. And I was like, the White Sox team total is at 3.5 under -122. And I'm like,
yeah.
that's
I mean, you
really
could go
weird.
that too, but I mean, not again, just for the record, our friends over at Ballpark Pile have this as a plus 41% home run increase. I mean, with the weather today. So again, if you're one of those people that like to bet things on weather, like this is an over game.
This graphic is incorrect, by the way, and I'll fix it right now. It's not 7.5 a total; it's 9.5. So Toast, what's the move here?
It's Our White Sox are pass. I would go White Sox first 5 team total over 1.5. I understand that Imanaga has been really, really good, and I don't expect for 1 second that he gives up 7 runs, but he did give up 2 to the Padres. I know that he blanked the Pirates, but he also gave up 3 to the Marlins. So I don't think it's really that crazy to think that the White Sox can get 2 runs here. You don't have to be good. Not to mention, I mean, they lost Tommy Pham, but at least Robert's in the lineup again. I mean, at least that helps. I mean, he's good for a bloop and a blast. So again, that's how I would play it. I didn't actually bet it yet, but yeah.
John Bell says, "Oh my God, they're all insane. The Cubs are minus 300 favorites."
Yeah, I think you're insane if you're trying to lay that price. I don't care who's on the mound. You're the insane one.
What do you mean? You bet $100 to win 30? You don't win any money. Modi.
Yeah, obviously I had to go with a dong in this one because just look at that weather. I ended up going with Ian Happ to hit a home run plus 560 odds at FanDuel. Honestly, what I looked at, I just filtered for the highest fly ball rate, and even though I'm in agreement that I don't think Imanaga is going to pitch a gem, I didn't want to touch a White Sox hitter. Luis Robert would have probably been the one to go. But I went Ian Happ because he's got a fly ball rate of 58% over the last 2 weeks, and he's actually hitting the ball for power as well. It's not like he's just hitting fly outs. ISO rate of 40%, barrel rate of 22.6%. That's like top 8, top 9 in the MLB over the last 2 weeks. Pull rate is a very good 48.4%. Average exit velocity is 93.6%. That's 18th highest average EV over the last 2 weeks. And Flexen, so Happ is a switch hitter, but Flexen's a right-handed pitcher, so Happ's going to be batting lefty, and he's much better when he's batting lefty against right-handed pitching. Like all 4 of his home runs over the last 2 weeks have been against right-handed pitching. And Flexen has given up 5 of his 8 home runs. So he's given up 8 home runs on the year. 5 of them have been the lefty batters, and he's literally seen half the plate appearances of lefties compared to righties. So someone asked in the comments about Bellinger. I mean, honestly, you could just pick your poison with the Cubs. Bellinger's another good one. His stats aren't nearly as good recently as Ian Happ, so that's kind of why I went with Happ. But I'm not going to talk anybody out of anybody they like on the Cubs.
I think I might bet this White Sox one.
You know what's foul? The White Sox let go of literally half the people on their team that were good against lefties. Robbie Grossman, 177 WRC plus against lefties. He's on the Rangers now. Kevin PR, 155 WRC plus against lefties. He's on the Angels now. What the hell, guys? What the hell? We could have had something for this game.
What the hell?
What the F?
Cards, Astros. I wish I bet this over yesterday. I liked it. Gave it out on the show. I liked it. Didn't pull the trigger on it.
I wish all the people in the comments that said I was smoking crack out of a monster can will show their face because I cashed my plus 150 play in this game.
Yeah, show your face.
Show it. Show your face.
My dogs better not. My dogs start barking. All right, Cardinals on the road in Houston. Spencer Arrighetti, who came through for me. I backed him.
Our spaghetti.
Big win last week against Seattle.
Modi, you want to bat lead off on this one?
I'd love to bat lead off on this one. I passed in this game.
Okay. All right.
Me too.
You passed.
Sacrifice bunt. Sacrifice bunt on the opening at bat.
Yeah,
Very
opening
nice,
at
Modi.
bat. Yep.
Yeah.
You can't sacrifice with nobody on base, but he tried it anyway.
Yeah. Wow. Very nice of you, Modi.
Happy to
So
help.
Prop Beaver, you have the floor because I didn't look at this one.
I might bunt with 2 strikes and 2 outs on this one. Not gonna lie. Yeah, this is a really tough one. I mean, the problem is like, which of these non-trustworthy righties do you want to back against these hot lineups against righties? I mean, maybe the over, maybe right? Maybe just bet the over again. Yeah. I mean, Payante trash. He was. Thank God he pitched well for us last week when we bet the Cardinals. Appreciate you, Payante. Very nice of you. You're not good. You had a good start against the Reds. That was very cool of you. You're not good. You can't generate Ks. I don't think that's going to go a long way against the Astros, who don't strike out and put the ball in play at an unholy rate. And then Arrighetti, yes, he looked good, and he's looked better lately, but the Cardinals are hitting the hell out of the ball right now, and Arrighetti's in a pretty nice sell-high spot coming off a day start against the Mariners.
Yeah.
I mean, Mariners can't hit shit right now. End in the day, I mean... So, yeah, maybe a first 5 over or a pass. I can't lie and say I took the deepest of looks in this one.
Yeah, me neither. I guess I'll just put it the same. This isn't gonna hit though, so don't take it. I'll just put it over up because like
It
everything
feels too
points-
easy.
Yeah, I said over a pass yesterday and the over hit. So if I bet it today, it'll lose. And I know there's no logic behind what I just said. It's just like gambling junkie logic, but everyone knows what I just said. So I over a pass for me. I like the under. Speaking of Seattle, is that next? Because I like the under in that one.
It'd be Cardinals team total over 3.5.
Oh, I thought you said you passed. I'm sorry.
I do. I didn't bet that. I thought you were asking me from.
Oh no, I moved on to the next game.
Cool. We're good.
Reds Rockies, and I'm a man who can admit when I was wrong. And
Thank you.
the Rockies were close though. They only lost by
They
10.
weren't.
They only lost by 10 or 11 runs. So, but in fairness, I didn't say the Rockies would win the game. I took the team total over.
Which still lost.
Yeah, but they got to Abbott, kinda, a little bit.
Not enough.
Not enough.
To be dead honest, I don't know if you guys saw that game last night, but that umpire was god awful. I
Really?
mean, absolutely terrible.
So the Rockies got screwed. I didn't lose. I got screwed.
I mean, you could make a case for that, and I probably wouldn't argue. To be dead on, if I'm being dead honest.
So in this one, I made a video on this one, and how do you not expect just a ton of runs here? I mean, Frankie Montas on the road has been an absolute disaster. It's been terrible. He's been terrible on the road, and this isn't something that's new. This is dating back to his years in Oakland when he was actually a great pitcher. Was actually. I'm not implying that he's a bad pitcher now. He's definitely not having the best year, though. But this is back when Oakland, when he was the man in his prime, he still struggled on the road. So this has been a guy that you haven't been able to trust on the road over the course of his entire career. And he's not just on the road. He's on the road in Coors Field, where, as we know, it's a tough spot to go pitch. The last 8, I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I said them in the YouTube video last night. But the last 8 ready starters to go into Coors have like a 7 ERA or some shit combined. So the Rockies as a team, they don't have the best looking numbers against right-handed pitching. But when pitchers come into their ballpark, they produce. So how do we not just go over, Rockies team total over, Rockies first 5 team total over? Now, on the other side, it's kind of a little bit of this because, all right, you got Ty Block pitching, right? Somehow, surprisingly, he's got great numbers at home this year. Everything I just said about Coors Field, this dude's actually been good in his starts at Coors Field. And the Reds lineup, what do we think of it? Is it coming around? Is this a lineup that's going to start scoring runs? We know they're capable of it. They got hot as hell for a stretch last year, too. Is that what we're seeing? Are the Reds lineup coming around? So I don't really know what to think on the other side. That's why I'm thinking I might just go back to the same pick I gave yesterday. I said Rockies are pass. I didn't put it on my ticket. I might actually bet it today. I kind of want to see what these guys think first.
I'll be on the Reds money line minus 130. I made a lot of money with the Rockies over the last week or so, or a decent amount. I think that once you let the air, just give me a second. Once you let the air out of the balloon, it's kind of hard to put it back in. This team has scored 4 runs over their last 3 games. I understand that a couple of them were on the road against the Dodgers, but I think this team's kind of dead in the water right now. And you got a Cincinnati team that scored 5 runs or more in their last 4 games, including a 13-run performance last night. Maybe Frankie Montas gives up 4 or 5, but I still think the Reds probably score 7 or 8 and win this ball game. So Reds money line minus 130 for me.
I was kind of, if I was to pick a side, I was kind of leaning towards the other way. Modai, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I took the over. It's super square taking it over at Coors Field, but I just couldn't pass. I mean, these pitchers, I know Black has been good at home. I don't necessarily know that that's something that's going to like repeat itself game over game. And the Reds have been good against lefty pitchers recently, like 8th best WRC plus against lefties over the last 2 weeks. And like Frankie Montas is terrible. Ty Black in general has terrible stats. So it's super square, but I just took the over.
All right. Prop Beaver, I just scrolled past your graphic. Love that bet. For Rockies first 5 team total over. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Toast could still win his bet in the full game because the Rockies can't do shit in the later half of the game. But when it comes to the early frames of the game, this team just continues to produce against right-handed pitching, except the last 2 games that were on the road in Dodger Stadium. And I think that actually provides its value here. So This is a pure fade of Frankie Montas on the road. Montas, first 2 games of the season. I went into the season saying, I'm going to fade the shit out of Frankie Montas. Take this man out of Oakland. He's not that good. And the first 2 games of the season, I was like, damn, I'm wrong. 0.77 ERA, 251 WOBA, 103 WHIP, 393 XFIP. I was like, damn, I must have been wrong. And then the last 8 games, he was like, no, AJ, I'm going to prove you right. I got a 586 ERA, a 362 WOBA, a 1.5 home run per 9, a 1.53 WHIP, a 5.29 XFIP. I mean, he's been awful. And guess what? It gets even worse on the road. 6.75 ERA and a 6.84 XFIP. That is horrible. I didn't know XFIPs go that high. In healthy starts, Montas has now allowed opponents over the mark. His last 6 or 7 opportunities overall, averaging 3.9 runs, and 3 straight on the road, averaging 4.3. The only team that didn't go over was the Diamondbacks, who we were literally memeing at the time because they were so pathetic offensively. He now has to head to Coors Field, a haven for run production, and a place he's allowed the Rockies over the first 5 team total in both previous matchups. Now, one could argue this is the weakest Rockies lineup he will have faced, but I'd argue this is the worst Montas they will have faced as well. When the Rockies do damage against righties, it tends to come early in games. Rockies were quieted down by Stone and Yamamoto on their most recent road trip, but the last 8 righties to visit Coors, 6.81 ERA, 1.93 WHIP, 1.4 home runs per 9. All 6 of the righties that allowed 3+ earned runs allowed the Rockies over the first 5 team total, averaging 3.9. Montas's ERA line in this game is at 3.5 in this one, with odds heavily implying he allows 3+ runs here. So if they're heavily implying he allows 3+ runs, and we're getting 2.5 at plus money, I think that we got some nice value here. I don't mind the outs under at 17.5 as well. But I think this is a very comparable bet, and we're getting a much juicier price. As I mentioned to start this one, I think Toast can win this full game because of how bad the Rockies bullpen is, and because of how bad they are at hitting bullpens. But through the first 5, I just can't not fade Frankie Montas in the spot. He's just not good on the road.
Yeah,
Let me say it again. 684 XFIP. Whew.
You're like, I didn't even know they went that high. So I put the same graphic up for me because that's a perfect way to bet my thoughts as well. So that would be my pick in this one as well. I don't think I'm gonna add that one though. I really don't like. I really don't like a ton today. I have 4 bets down. I don't want to force anything. It's been a nice little stretch for me. I'm up over 15 units on the season. I'm not trying to just start forcing stuff. I didn't really love anything today. All right, Padres, Angels. Padres look really sharp recently, huh? Good game last night. That was we had a very upset Discord on our hands last night for the Padres. We all had them.
Which makes me laugh because all they do is talk shit about the Padres, and then they bet them thinking they're going to win, and then they get mad. Like, what are we doing? Like, the Padres. Like, you
look, Shipley's already starting. Like, that's the Scam Diego Fraudres. He's called them.
This one's a rock and a hard place. Are you going to back the Padres against a lefty, which for the most part they just cannot hit to save their lives? Or are you going to back Patrick Sandoval at home, who I think is 0-10 in his last 10 home starts, can't win at home to save his life?
Toast?
You want me to go? Didn't I? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's Angels or pass by a mile for me. This Mazur kid was terrible in AAA. I don't even understand why he's getting some run in Major League Baseball, to be dead honest with you guys. We all know that the Padres can't hit lefties. Sandoval pitched well against them last year. And everything that I'm looking at on VSiN and stuff, like all the money is in the world is on the Padres, and yet the line's moving towards the Angels. I'm waiting to see a lineup. If there is no Arise, I will be on the Angels' first 5 run line and probably Angels money line, to be dead honest with you. So I knew I was dead in the water yesterday when Arise wasn't in the lineup, and that's why I guess that's probably why it didn't really bother me that much, because he literally said yesterday or 2 days ago, I will be playing tomorrow, unquote. He wasn't in the lineup, so he's a liar. Can't trust him. So once I see a lineup, I'll make a bet in this game.
He's in the projected lineup tonight.
Yep, he was yesterday too. Doesn't mean jack.
Who the hell is Mazur?
Some bum that has like a over 6 ERA in minor leagues.
Oh my God. Is he just a sacrificial lamb? Just eat up innings, get rocked?
Beaver, what are your thoughts here?
I honestly
didn't hear anything that Toast said, so I can't really
maybe
Kids would give it exchange.
Basically, it was a lot of this guy Mazur's a bum from AAA. He's got a 6 ERA. So Angels are passed because the Padres are a terrible organization. Whatever, he's pissed.
Just pass. I'm not betting the Angels at home. The team's pathetic at home. The games where the Padres
I want to bet the
Padres,
Padres, dude.
Yeah, it's games when you don't want to back the Padres that the Padres are like, here I am. So
I know
it's Padres are passed.
But everyone in the poll is taking the Padres. So
no, I'll do Toast the favors. Padres minus 1.5 for pass.
Yeah, for some reason, Prop Beaver and Toast can't hear each other. I don't know why.
I can hear everybody.
Yeah, me and Modai are good.
I can hear Modai and Kyle. Yeah, what the fuck?
So just leave the stream and come back if you want.
On some for real type shit? Okay.
Man. I want to go here. But I can't bet this freaking team. Modai, you have anything for this one?
Yeah, I took Patrick Sandoval under strikeouts. I got it at plus 110. It's now minus 105. I would still take it there. Same logic as yesterday when Tyler Anderson had gone over his strikeout line in 7 straight starts. And then he went under yesterday against the Padres. They just don't strike out against left-handed pitching. And that was yesterday, even with Arias out of the lineup. So if he's in, he never strikes out. That would be even better. Even if he's out, I would still like this under. And this isn't really a play because Patrick Sandoval is a horrible strikeout pitcher. He's like a little bit above average, just looking at his strikeout rate, swinging strike rate, all that stuff. It's really just backing the Padres who never strike out. 6 of the last 7 left-handed pitchers against the Padres have gone under their strikeout prop. Carlos Rodon had an over-under of 5.5. He only had 2. Jesus Luzardo, Braxton Garrett both went under their strikeout prop, with Garrett only having 2. They have the second lowest strikeout rate on the season against left-handed pitching. That number is at 18%. Over the last 2 weeks, it's down to 11% against lefties, which is just crazy. Lowest in the MLB by a wide margin. I'll just take another pitcher against the Padres lefty to go under their strikeout prop.
All right, Prop Beaver's back in the stream. Let's get him. Can you guys hear each other now?
Speak.
Can you hear me, Beaver?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool.
I just heard that eagle cry from your kid.
He was saying,
he usually sleeps by now, but he didn't go to sleep today, so it kind of sucks.
All right, we got Giants in the desert.
I saw somebody say that the White Sox price is down at plus 125. Are we lying, or is that a real thing?
I don't think.
I'll check.
I think it's somebody.
You don't have to check.
Yeah, it's somebody that escaped the asylum that's watching.
I mean, Jesus, guys, what are we doing?
Plus 250.
Oh, okay. Oh, close.
Yeah, I mean,
only double what they said.
Jesus, guys.
Holy shit! All right, what are your thoughts here, Prop Beaver?
Wow.
It's got to be Giants, right?
No, dude. I've watched Kyle Harrison. This dude's awful.
He sucks.
He stinks out loud. Diamondbacks first 5 team total over 2.5 plus 100 or pass. I can't back this dude anymore. I've tried being a Kyle Harrison guy. He sucks. He can't locate his pitches for shit. And then as soon as he throws those uncompetitive pitches, he throws meatballs down the middle of the plate that just get absolutely walloped. So I'm done with Kyle Harrison.
So it's Arizona first 5 team total over or first 5 run line?
Arizona first 5 team total over 2.5 or pass. Because I can't do it with this guy anymore. I've backed him multiple times against very, very easy competition. And the fact that he continues to crumble every single time is getting absurd.
Arizona against a lefty.
Yeah, but I thought the same. Well, okay. First of all, let's not forget that Arizona was crushing lefties to start the year, and then on top of that, they crushed Quintana and the other guy back to back. The only thing that's concerning me here is the fact that he's gone under his outs line his last 5 or 6 starts, and it's even odds on both sides. That's the only thing that's concerning me here.
And if you're a pitch mix guy, the Diamondbacks absolutely smash Harrison's pitch mix. He only has 3, and the Diamondbacks can hit fastballs and they can hit curveballs. And that's what he throws.
I'm looking at the game logs here because we were talking about how Arizona can't hit lefties, right? Cole Irvin, Abbott, Skubal, Weathers. I mean, those are some good lefties. So maybe Arizona is the play here.
And then they saw our lefties and they beat the shit out of them.
Toast. Let's bring up what are your thoughts?
Arizona team total or pass. Arizona or pass. Like I said, Kyle Harrison's terrible. Arizona's been terrible as well, but they're left-handed against lefties. They're starting to heat up over the last 7 days. Obviously, it's part of the reason they just saw the Mets. But like I said, they kill Harrison's pitch mix. He only has 3 pitches. It's a fastball, a changeup, and a curveball. They're 4th in Major League Baseball against the fastball. They're 2nd in Major League Baseball against the curveball. They don't hit changeups very well, but if they can zero in on 2 of those 3 pitches, I think they're probably going to have some success. So Arizona or pass. I didn't bet it, though.
I want to see. I'm going to pull up the Giants hitting numbers. Hold on. Let's get Modai up.
I
I think I want to place a bet in this game, and I think I'm down to play the Diamondbacks money line. You got nothing?
No, I didn't know what to do with this
Suck,
one.
Modai.
F you.
What a scumbag. All right, hold on.
Walston, I believe, is a lefty, by the way.
No.
It's kind of an important piece of information.
Well, yes, it is.
So 1 second. Sorry, guys. I didn't look at this game, and I'm down to bet it, so
lefty.
I wanted to make sure. Oh, he's a lefty? All right. So, Giants against lefties. We got...
You know I make those spreadsheets for you, though.
No, I know, but they got to Cortez, but yeah, it's because the double headers throw these lefties off.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of have been getting to lefties, though. What about an? Oh, it's 9.5.
Probably 9.5 for a reason with these 2 dog shit bullpens.
Here's another thing. I forgot the one thing that I will add that I like even more about Arizona. This will be their 4th straight lefty they're seeing in a row. So I think that helps as well.
I'll put up Arizona. This is another one where I don't think I can get there.
I can't either, but that's
there's 15 games. The slate kind of sucks. Only have 4 bets open, and fuck it, whatever. Stupid.
I can assure
It's all
you,
stupid.
Trying to find a bet in the Giants Diamondbacks games is probably not your best option.
I have a bet in this one. Let's
Me
go.
And
Finally, I had bets in like 3 of the first 5 games. I haven't had a bet in like 10 games on this show.
Don't you have Mitch Spence to record a perfect game?
No, that was your whale lock, Mitch Spence to record a win.
No, I had to record a win, but then you said, step aside, Lil One. I'm going to bet it's a perfect game. I said, okay, that's a bit weird.
That all jokes aside, Mitch Spence is going to deal tonight.
Well, Kirby certainly does not have great history against the Athletics.
yeah, I think that you're crazy playing this under personally, but
It's a layup, Toast.
yeah. Well, why is it at 8 now?
Because there's some sharp money coming in on the wrong side. Simple as that.
That'd be me. Thank you.
You're taking the over?
Yeah, I already bet it.
Bad bet.
I got CLV, baby.
Yeah, that's called CLV.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know what it's like. I know negative CLV. That's what I operate in.
That's the only world I live in.
I live in negative EV. That's my betting style.
That should be your nickname. Negative EV. All right, so we're on opposite sides. Okay. Wow, you actually have Spence to record a win? Oh, Andy made the graphic sarcastically.
God, this kid's a moron.
That's actually funny. All right, so Toast, go ahead. Explain your over.
Yeah, no problem. Couple things in play here. You guys know that I love George Kirby, but I can't ignore his road numbers right now. You can say that he might be due for a good start, I guess, but at the same time, this Oakland team knows him very well, considering they've played in the same division as him. The Oakland staff knows how to prepare for him. Kirby's given up 11 runs in 16 innings his last 3 trips to Oakland. I truly believe they can get a couple off of Kirby. Mitch Spence, another guy that's just a kind of a random arm for Oakland. I understand that he's pitched well in his few starts so far this year, but I still think that Seattle can put a couple runs across against him as well. Not to mention 6 of the last 8 times these two teams have played have went over this number. I just feel like 7.5 is too low. It's at 8 now. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with my over 7.5.
Score of this game might be 0-0 after 5 innings. George Kirby, perfect spot for him to bounce back against Oakland. He's been terrible against right-handed pitching. I know they do hit better at home, so I guess that does point towards the over for Toast. But other than that, got Kirby pitching against Oakland's lineup. Seattle's bullpen, bit up and down, but still a good unit. We know that. And then on the other side, Spence's last 2 road starts, dude. In Tampa, 5 1/3 innings, 1 hit. Before that, in Kansas City. The Royals have been hitting at home. 4 2/3 innings, 1 run. Spence is
How was
dealt.
it start at home?
Well, that's wrong. Okay. So start at home was not good. Well, he let up 2 runs, but it was only
And where
3.
are they playing today?
Yeah, but it's 1 game.
Well, I'm just saying you're making it seem like those 2 road games were supposed to like sit on like.
I'm showing a testament to. I'm saying it as a testament to his character as a person.
And if it's gonna be 0-0, can I ask you a quick question? Why are you isolating it? Why aren't you isolating it to the first 5 if you think it's gonna be 0-0 after 5?
I was because the 0-0 after 5 directly negated what you said.
Got it.
That was a play on what you said. But also, want to know Mitch Spence's numbers against lefty bats? 104 whip, 311 expected FIP. A lot of lefties in that Seattle lineup. Crawford, Rojas, Raleigh, Raley. 5. There's 5, bro.
Canzone, Raley, Rojas, Crawford. 1, 2,
Raleigh.
3, 4. If he plays, but okay.
Well, he's in the projected lineup. What do you mean if he plays? Why wouldn't he play?
Go.
Listen, you need to learn Mariners ball. So, Prop Beaver, break the tie. Over or under?
I have to break this stupid tie.
You have to break the tie.
Yes. Keep in mind, it's Juice Balls week. No NBA.
No.
Come on, Beaver. Look at the scores yesterday.
Look at
No,
Spence's.
MLB wants
Look
the
at
juice
Spence's
balls.
starts, bro.
I don't
Over.
really believe that, you guys. That's
Over.
a total joke.
Over.
Bad.
I lean over because I like the theory of you take the pitchers in spots they could struggle against these dead lineups, and you just take the over. You take these bets, you take the totals that make no sense. That's really baseball.
How does this total make no sense?
I mean, you take the bet that makes no sense with the total. That's really how baseball works.
What?
It's
How does
like,
the total make no sense? It's 2 terrible
it's not that
lineups.
the total doesn't. No, it's not that the total doesn't make any sense. You take the bet that makes no sense. It's like, oh well, Mitch Spence has pitched so well thus far. He's facing a Mariners lineup that's dead. Oh, George Kirby, he's freaking phenomenal. He only has 46 walks and 67 starts. He's great. And now he's facing the A's lineup. They're dead. He should absolutely dominate. Oh, and these 2 great bullpens. How could they should be two runs in this game? And that's why there's 9 runs in the 6th inning. So I just feel like that would be my logic here.
Sweet. That's sweet.
Hey, you asked for the tiebreaker,
your
buddy.
bet,
I just wanted to say pass. This game's a pile of shit, and I don't want to have any part of it. But you asked for the tiebreaker. That's what you get.
Modi tiebreaker over and under.
No, I'm not picking this with a 10-foot pole. I took maybe this backs Kyle. I took Mitch Spence over 4.5 strikeouts. It's at minus 120 odds. And so strikeout overs against the Mariners aren't quite as free money as they were. But even if you say they're not striking out as much over the last 7 days, their strikeout rate is still over 27%, which is not as bad as they were before when they were over like 29%. But still, that's the 3rd worst in the strikeout rate against righties over the last. That's 7 days. If you look at the last 2 weeks, it's roughly similar to that. In the last 3 starts, spent 77, 70, 98 pitches. So it's not like he's throwing over 100 or anything like that, but they're letting him go deeper into games. And I'm not saying that he's got electric strikeout stuff, but I did look at Baseball Savant because I was curious about like who the heck this guy was. And I'm not saying that he's as good as these pitchers, but they just looked at his profile and had guys like Sonny Gray, Clark Schmidt, Mitch Keller, Corbin Burns, and Jordan Hicks. That's what they said his batted balls and his I forgot batted balls and something is like a spray chart. That's what, I guess a spray chart, but for pitchers. I forget what word I'm looking for, but that's what it was. They compared him to those pitchers. And it's like he's gone exactly 4 strikeouts in his last 3 starts. So getting 1 extra strikeout against the Mariners from what he's done in the last 3 games, I think makes sense. So yeah, Mitch Spence over 4.5 strikeouts. And I guess if that means I'm backing Kyle's under, so be it. But I'm not putting my name on that.
It's a good pick.
I think it's worth noting that George Kirby's been a disgrace on the road.
Yeah, but so you think Corby's just getting lit up by Oakland? By the way,
he's gotten hit up by them in 3 straight starts. I would say the Oakland lineup last year showed 1/5 the potential they have this year.
So these are okay. So maybe you want to handicap George Kirby as a scrub, I guess. But these are 2 bottom 10 lineups, and against 2 great bullpens, 2 pitchers that I think can pitch all right. Under. These lineups suck. We talk about the pitchers all we want. The bullpens are good. The lineups suck. Plain and simple.
All right.
Is that the last game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Beaver, you're right. What is up with George Kirby and the walks? Like it's like almost like doesn't
Dude,
even make sense.
remember when Toast and Kamish were like, we were talking about Kirby and it was like 8-0 Prop Beaver? That was legendary.
That was legendary.
That's cold.
That was dope.
That was awesome. Me and Prop Beaver were laughing so hard in the office about that.
well, hey, we've had laughs at our expense.
Oh yeah, I think we've all had our chance around the merry-go-round.
Yeah.
I
mean, my Aaron Gordon ladder wasn't great.
Oh shit! I can't start the community parlay yet. Let's hit it.
Community parlay, the parlay we bet, yeah. Community parlay is for the community. We community, making a parlay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's do this
Someone
thing.
goes, when did they get Ed Sheeran to record this?
Had to call in a few favors.
I listened to it on YouTube. I pulled it up
Padres
YouTube just to listen to it.
Padres aggressively pursuing Garrett Crochet. Watch out.
Wow. Why would the White Sox get rid of him?
Yeah, I don't understand that either because isn't he young? Don't you almost want to build around that?
Because AJ Preller is a mastermind. Okay, he gets what he wants.
Yeah, I can tell by all those championships.
Is he new to the organization, AJ Perella?
Is he new to baseball?
No.
I was gonna say, how many years has this guy been with the team? Because the word mastermind,
Yeah,
strong word,
chill.
and the team quite pissed.
We have one of the deepest farm systems in the league. Yeah, last year was one of the most unlucky seasons of Major League Baseball history, and we were in the NLCS 2 years ago. I'm not really.
No. I thought you were talking about the White Sox guy. I thought you were talking about the White Sox.
I'm like, wait,
Yes.
what?
No. This entire time I thought you were talking about the
Touche.
White
Oh,
Sox.
so in that case, you agree that the Padres are an excellently run organization then?
That wasn't the argument either.
Not exactly. Not
He
exactly.
makes some crazy ass trades. I'm just saying that one thing that AJ Preller will do is make a trade, whether good or bad. He will make it.
No, I was talking about the White Sox letting go of this young pitcher that could be the future of their team. That's what I'm
crazy to
confused
me.
about. But I guess if you have this young guy, but you could trade him for even more young guys that could be the future. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, how far away are the White Sox? Like, that's the logic.
They love young
Yeah.
guys over there.
Yes, they do. How far away are the White Sox? As far as you can reach. Keep reaching. Yeah.
As far as the eye can see.
Yeah, I mean the best guy on their team is Tommy Pham, not inclling Luis Robert.
Oh,
who just
Is
returned.
he even?
Luis
And
Robert?
he's on the IL with a sprained ankle now.
The
after
Phantom
those-
IL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after those comments yesterday. So it's a bleak outlook in Chicago.
All right. Modi, want to tell these folks where they can find your stuff if they thought you were compelling?
Yeah, if you thought I was compelling, check me out on my Twitter handle has my YouTube channel on it at Jedi Modi to get on Twitter. And then, I have a YouTube channel where I post daily videos, MLB, NBA. Probably going to get the WNBA when NBA season ends, but we'll see about that. But just hit me up on Twitter and you'll find everything there.
If you thought he was compelling.
Only if you thought I was compelling. Correct.
Only.
Yeah.
New poll. Was Matt Modi compelling today?
That's a stipulation.
All right. Reds money line. All right. Let's see what this last. So we got Mariners. And then we got second place here was Padres. Who was second place in the other poll? We got Orioles. And second place in the other poll was Phillies. All right.
Who's
So
the
what's
first one?
It's right now the community parlay is Dodgers, Yankees, Reds, and they're voting on the last leg now.
Okay.
Guys, I have a motivation for all of you. Even on your worst of worst betting days, just know you are better than Tucapita Marcano, who plays 231 baseball bets and lost 96%.
How is that
This
possible?
This is somebody who played the sport. So like, even me, when I'm all having my losing days and I'm losing my mind and I want to throw my Mac out of the fucking window, I should really just look
Which
at
is
myself in
weekly.
the mirror and be like, at least I didn't play the sport, dedicate my life to the sport, and lost 96% of my bets.
He
At
had to
least
be
I'm not
throwing
that
down
bad.
parlays, right?
That had to be it. But even at, how do you lose 96% of your parlays?
If you're throwing down like 9-10 leg parlays, then 4% is actually a solid hit rate.
I guess, but I mean, geez, at a point, it's like we need to cut. There has
Hold
to
on,
be some
Orioles
level of
money
discipline.
line is the last leg, Modai. Do you have those odds for me?
Yes, I do. FanDuel plus 604.
Okay, we got a chalky one here. Community parlay, Dodgers money line, Yankees money line, Reds money line, Orioles money line plus 604. Prop Beaver, do you want to dish out some heat?
Oh shit!
It's all right.
I didn't make.
You didn't
I
cook.
didn't make
You
an
didn't cook.
underdog. Yeah, fuck! I forgot my apron.
A no underdog
that-
pick 'em for Prop Beaver
dry
today.
cleaner.
And if you guys want my Dinger Tuesday pick, it's Byron Buxton.
They're not going to take that shit against
Yeah,
the
hey,
Yankees.
if you want it,
I don't care.
it's there.
Same thing happened last year when I said Eddie Julian was going to go deep. What did he do?
Same thing. Same thing.
Wow.
happened.
Same exact scenario.
Twins, first game in the Yankee Stadium. Same situation, boys.
Oh, shit. All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Tomorrow. Oh, 2 shows tomorrow. So 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. It'll be me, Toast, Prop Beaver, Kamish. And we'll go through the day games for MLB. Then at 4 p.m. Eastern time, we'll do the WNBA and the night MLB games. And Boda, you want to come on?
What time?
4 p.m. Same time, 4 p.m. Eastern time.
I could probably do that. Yeah.
Let me know. So it'll be the 3 of us and maybe Modai if you found him compelling.
Only if.
All right, everyone have a good day. Bet responsibly tonight.
Have a good night, guys.